guys, welcome to yoga. I want to apologize first of all because I've been a little distant. I took on a second job and I've just been pretty busy with life. But here we are today. So come onto your mat and come into any meditation pose of your choice. You can come into child's pose, you can lay on your back, lay on your belly, cross your legs, come into lotus, whatever feels comfortable today. Just close your eyes here, begin to breathe naturally. Just take a few minutes just to arrive, just come onto your mat, let go of any distractions, anything pressing on your mind, just breathe it out, breathe in comfort, breathe in peace, let go of any negativity. Feel your belly rise and fall. Relax your eyelids. Maybe bring a smile onto your face. Just find that place of acceptance, of peace, and just stay with it for a second. Slowly begin to deepen your breath. Feel your belly expand and feel your diaphragm push all the air out on an exhale. So breathe in deep and then exhale all that stale air out of your belly. Now I want you to take one really big inhale, and on the exhale, open your mouth and let all that air out. One more. Now with that same energy, we're going to take a big breath in and then keep your mouth closed, but have that same sort of energy. So you want to make it vocal. You want to hear the breath exit your nose, but with that same force. So that's what's called Ujjayi Pranayama, or victorious breathing. It's going to really help your practice if you maintain it. It's going to anchor your mind to your breath when you're holding a difficult pose. So let's practice it a few more times. One more breath. Beautiful. Now come to the top of your mat, hands at heart center, spine long. Inhale your arms up to mountain pose. Look at your thumbs. Take a big breath. You can stretch to one side. Come back to center. Stretch to the other side. And back to center. And now take your feet as wide as the mat, so pretty wide, and then take a forward fold. Take your left hand, grab your right ankle, and then extend your right arm up into the sky. This is a really great stretch. You should feel it on the backs of your thighs. And just look up at your right thumb. Keep breathing. And then fold back down to center. Take your right hand, grab your left ankle, extend your left hand up into the sky. Look up at your left thumb. Maybe close your eyes. And then come back down to center. Take a few minutes just to stretch out here. You can sway, you can grab your elbows, move around a little. If you want, you can interlace your fingers behind your back and extend them up and over. Just release your shoulders. It feels so good. Just have organic movement in your body. Do what feels right to you today. And release back down. Hop your feet in together. And then suck your belly in. Look up halfway. You can keep your hands on your shins, your knees, the floor. Just make sure to draw your shoulder blades down your back and look forward. Exhale, place your hands on the mat, step back into a plank position. Lower down halfway, keeping your elbows into your rib cage. And then inhale, scoop your chest up so you're looking up for upward facing dog. Or you can keep your legs on the mat for cobra. And then exhale, push your hips up and back for downward facing dog. Since this is our first downward dog, take a second to walk it out a little bit, pressing one heel up and then the other heel down. Just get movement in your body. Spread your fingers across your mat. Feel every finger pressing down into the mat. Take one more breath here. And then come really high on your toes. Exhale all your air out. Bend your knees. Step or jump top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold back down. Inhale, rise all the way up, arms up, look up, mountain pose. Tuck your tailbone in, spine long. And then bring hands to heart center. So now we're going to move a little bit faster now that we've gone through it once. So inhale, arms up, look up. Exhale, chest to thighs, fold in. Inhale, extend your spine, look up. Exhale, hands on the mat, step back. Top of a push-up, lower down slowly, bottom of a push-up. Scoop your chest on the inhale. Exhale, push your hips up and back, downward facing dog. Take a breath here. Come high onto your toes. Exhale all your air as you step or jump, top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold down to stretch. Inhale, rise all the way up, mountain. And exhale, hands to heart center. Good job, guys. Now one more time, just to get it into your body. Inhale, mountain. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift, spine long. Exhale, plank, lower down slowly. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a breath. Try to push your chest toward your thighs. High on your toes, bend your knees, step or jump, top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up. And exhale, hands to heart center. That was beautiful. Now come, hands to heart center, close your eyes. Take one moment just to focus and center your body. And then inhale, sweep your arms up, bend your knees, sit back into your hips for chair. So make sure your spine is really long here. And your feet can be apart and your knees can be apart, or your feet can be touching and your knees can be touching. One or the other. So bring hands to prayer, and then take your left elbow, place it over your right knee, and use that force to push your chest open. So you're looking up past your shoulder, and this is a chair prayer twist. Take a few more breaths here. Make sure to keep bending into your knees. And then bring your hands and your chest back to center. Keep your knees bent. And take your right elbow, place it over your left knee, and then use that to twist your body open so your hands are in the middle of your chest. And keep looking up. Keep breathing. And inhale back to center. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step back into a plank, lower down slowly. Scoop your chest, and then push your hips back. Now take your right leg, lift it really high. Exhale, step your foot between your hands, pivot your back foot. Inhale, sweep your arms and chest up, warrior one. So make sure your hips are square here. I know it's really difficult to do. It took me a while to realize that my hips needed to be square in warrior one. Exhale, bring your hands back down to the mat. Step your foot back, go through a vinyasa. So lower down slowly, scoop your chest up, downward facing dog. So take your left leg, lift it really high, and then step it between your hands. Pivot your right foot, sweep your arms up, hips square, gaze up and forward, knee bent, and exhale, lower down, go through vinyasa. So we're going to take a few breaths in downward dog here. Should be a little warm by now, so maybe try to press your heels down to the mat. If they don't touch, don't feel bad, it's perfectly fine. That is not the goal. The goal is to feel good in your body. One more breath. High on your toes, bend your knees, step or jump, top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, bend your knees, sweep your arms up for chair. And exhale, stand up, hands to heart center. Let's go through one more time, one breath, one movement. So inhale, chair, hands to heart center. Prayer twist to the left, center, prayer twist to the right, center. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step back, lower down slowly. Inhale, scoop your chest. Exhale, push back down facing dog. Lift your right foot high, step it through. Inhale, sweep your arms up. Exhale, hands back down to the mat, step back, lower down. Inhale, scoop your chest up. Exhale, downward dog. Left leg steps between. Sweep your arms up. Exhale, hands to the mat, step back, lower down. Inhale, scoop your chest. Exhale, downward facing dog, take a few breaths. High on your toes, bend your knees, step or jump, top of the mat. Halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep your arms up, chair. And exhale, hands to heart center. Awesome job, guys. Now we're going to go through a little vinyasa. So inhale up, exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step back, lower down slowly. Inhale, scoop your chest. Exhale, downward facing dog. From downward facing dog, lift your right leg up high. You can open your hip by bending your knee so your foot is by your buttocks. Make sure to keep your hips square if you're doing this. You can flip your dog, you can stay here, or you can just lift it up really high. Whatever feels right. So if you flipped, come back over and step your right foot through your hands. Keep your back heel up, inhale up, crescent lunge. So bring your arms up. Make sure your hips are square here and you're really bending into that knee for a deep lunge. So now take your right arm, bring it behind you, so you're opening your arms up like a T. You're going to feel a really good twist here. So this is just a nice crescent twist, opening up your chest, opening up your heart. Keep breathing. Breathe into that sensation you're feeling. Two more breaths. Bend a little deeper. And now take your right arm, you can draw it down your leg, and extend your left arm up and over for a really nice reverse crescent twist. Breathe into your left side body. Two more breaths. And come out of this twist, keep your arms to a T for a warrior two. For warrior two, your gaze is going to be down the middle finger. So extend your arms really long, and just stare right down the line of your middle finger. Inhale, straighten your leg. Lean over your right foot, keeping your arms to a T, and then drop your right hand down to the floor or to your shin or to your knee. This is triangle pose. It's one of my favorites. It feels really good on the back of your thigh. You're going to gaze up at your left thumb. Couple more breaths. See if you can twist a little deeper. And exhale, bring your left hand down to the mat. Bring your right arm up for a reverse triangle. So keep that front knee straight. You want to be straight here. And then look up at your left or your right thumb. Take a few more breaths. Now really ground down into your right foot. And then bring your left foot up for reverse half moon. Try to bring your left foot as high as you can, flexing your foot, and making sure you still get that deep twist. Couple more breaths. Now ground down. You can bring your right arm down to the floor. Lift up. Keep your right or your left knee up. So make sure it doesn't touch the floor and just bring it into your chest. Now take your right foot or your right hand with your two peace fingers. Grab your big toe and extend it out, or you can keep just grabbing your knee. Extend your left hand back behind you. This is just a really nice twist in hand to big toe posture. Keep your balance. Find something to gaze at that's not moving. 3 more breaths. And then shoot it back, warrior 3 posture. So you're going to extend your foot back. You're on your right foot. Hands can be at prayer. They can be behind you. They can be in front of you. Whatever you would like. Just make sure your chest is up. You're extending your leg up. Your hips are square. 1 more breath. And then you're going to bend your foot, come back into goddess pose. So you're facing forward to the side of your mat. Your toes are pointing to the opposite ends of the wall. You can bring your arms into cactus, you can bring them into prayer. Just make sure your tailbone is tucked in, your spine is long, and you're squatting really deep. So go really deep, deeper than you want to go. Few more breaths, you can do it. And then stand up into 5-pointed star. Pivot your feet around to the back. Hands to the mat, standing splits. So your right leg is going to be up. You're going to press your chest into your left thigh. You can choose to take your hands off the mat, grab your ankle. You can do whatever you feel here. Just try to make your hips square and keep your right leg up. Now place your hands onto the mat. Step your foot down to the mat. Come through a vinyasa. So now we're going to be in downward facing dog, facing the back of our mat. So opposite of where we started. So take your left foot, lift it really high. Do whatever you did on the other side. So if you're opening your hip, bend your knee so your heel is touching your buttock. Or you can flip your dog. Whatever feels good. If you're flipped, come back over. Bring your foot really high and then step it through for crescent lunge. So inhale your arms up. Your right heel should be off the mat. Your left knee should be bent. You should be in a really deep lunge. So now bring your left arm behind you. Open your arms out for like a T for that deep crescent twist. Open your heart here. Really expand your fingers like you're trying to touch the walls. And then draw your left hand down your right leg. Open your chest. Bring your right arm up and over for that twist. Couple more breaths. Breathe into your right side body. And then cartwheel open, warrior two. Remember to gaze down your middle finger. Now straighten that left leg. Lean your body over your left foot. And then bring your left hand down to the floor or to your shin or knee. And extend your right arm up. So you're looking up at your right thumb. And you should feel this in your thigh. Exhale, bring your right hand down, extend your left hand up. Reverse triangle. Try to really spin your chest open as much as possible here. You can even walk your foot in a little bit. Now take a minute to ground down. Bring your right hand down to the floor. Shoot your right leg up for reverse half moon. Try to lift that leg as much as possible, flex your foot. And exhale, bring your left hand down to the floor. Then we're going to bring that right knee up. I'm going to move back a little. And you're going to take your left two-piece fingers, extend your leg or keep your knee bent. Extend your right arm back behind you. This takes a lot of balance. And it helps your balance, helps you get better. If you close your eyes, it's actually a lot harder, but it helps your balance that much more. One more breath. And then shoot that right leg back for warrior three. So ground down into your left foot. Keep your chest raised. Try to lift your leg as much as you're lifting your chest. Hands wherever you want them. And then use your core, pivot out into goddess. So we're facing the same way we did when we were in goddess last time. Point your toes out opposite. Tuck your tailbone in, abs in. Cactus arms, prayer arms, whatever. Squat really deep. And then pivot around, standing splits at the top of your mat. Left foot is raised, chest into right thigh. You can grab your ankle again, do whatever you feel. Just make sure that left leg is raised. Doesn't have to be super high, but try to get it as high as you can. And then go through a vinyasa. Good job, guys. Take a few breaths in downward facing dog. Now we're going to move one breath, one movement. So inhale, right leg up. Step it through. Inhale, crescent lunge. Right arm extends out to a T. Reverse twist. Left arm up and over. Right arm down your leg. Extend out, warrior two. Straighten the leg. Extend out, triangle. Left arm down, right arm up. Reverse triangle. Bring that left leg up, reverse half moon. Bring that knee up for the twist. So extend your leg out, holding your toe. Left arm back behind you. Shoot it back, warrior three. Step out into goddess. Pivot around. Right leg up, standing splits. And vinyasa. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Left leg up. Step it through. Inhale, crescent lunge. Arms out to a T, left arm behind you, left arm down your right leg, right arm up and over. Look up. Cartwheel your arms, warrior two. Straighten the left leg, extend out over. Left hand down, right arm up, triangle. Right arm down, left hand up, reverse triangle. Inhale that right leg up. Keep that twist. Inhale, right knee up. Grab your toe with your left hand, extend your right arm back. Shoot that leg back, warrior three. Come into goddess. Pivot around, standing splits, and vinyasa. So now for this next time, I want you to try to go through it with your own breath. So don't follow me necessarily, unless we're going at the same pace. Just try to go through it on your own. So I'm not going to be saying the names. Try to remember as best as you can. If you forget, you can always look at me, or just make up whatever you want to. This is your practice. So whenever you're ready, just start flowing. Make sure to maintain your breath here. If you need a break, you can always come into child's pose. Just serve your body. Self-love is a great practice. So I'm going to give you about 1 more minute to keep flowing. Take this time to practice anything that your body needs. If you're practicing a forearm balance, a headstand, you just want to come into child's pose, sit here and close your eyes, whatever you need. I'm going to take about 30 more seconds. We're all going to meet in downward facing dog. If you're in down dog, maybe walk your dog a little bit. Maybe take a stretch. Do what feels right. Alright, so finish up and then come into downward dog. And then we're going to shift forward into plank. So we're going to really push out of our shoulders. We're going to engage our abs, pulling our navel to our spine. We're going to keep our gaze forward. We're going to hold here. So close your eyes here. Focus on your breath. Don't be reactive to what you're feeling. The purpose of yoga is to clear the chatter of the mind, to be non-reactive. Stay strong. Your body is amazing. You just have to get past your mind. Three more breaths. And slowly lower down. Inhale your chest up, upward dog. Exhale your chest back, hips and thighs up, downward dog. Come high on your toes, bend your knees. Step or jump, top of the mat. We're going to step our left foot back. We're going to bring our right hand down to the floor. So we're going to bring our left hand and left arm up for half moon balance. Really try to square your hips here, or stack your hips, sorry. And look up at your left hand, bringing that left leg as high as possible. And just stay here. Balancing is really difficult. We aren't born with the ability to balance. It's a learned thing. And as we get older, our balance decreases. So it's really great to practice yoga to increase our balance. You're doing really great. Couple more breaths, lift a little higher. And then step your foot back, your left foot to the back of the mat. And kind of scoot your left or your right leg over a little bit. So your right knee is right by your right shoulder. And then take your hands and grab your right ankle. You can come down to your left forearm if you want. This is just called lizard. It's a really great stretch for your legs, your inner groins. You have an arm balance here. This is called running man. You can go for it. It's not in your practice. Don't even worry about it yet. Try to keep your left knee up, but if you must, you can come down to it and really get deeper. If you come down to your knee, try to bring your right shoulder under your knee. Just keep holding on to that ankle. Couple more breaths here. And exhale, release. Come into downward dog. Walk your dog out a little bit. And then exhale all your air, high on your toes, bend your knees, step or jump. So we did half moon on the right leg. So step your right foot back, left hand, left foot down, right arm, right leg up. Half moon on the other side. What we do on the right, we have to do on the left. So try to extend your arm up really tall. Extend your foot up and back. Try to spin your chest open, stacking your hips, keeping your balance. You're doing great. Anytime you do any form of yoga, it's a form of self-love. So it doesn't matter what you look like. You're being kind to your body, and that's all that matters. Couple more breaths. And then step that right foot back to the back of your mat. We're going to do lizard on the left. So grab that left ankle with both hands. Come onto your right forearm. Try to keep that right knee up. Really try to get that left shoulder under your left knee if you can. This is an awesome stretch. Again, if you did running man on the other side, try to do running man on this side. You can always come down to that knee. Try to get really under that, your shoulder really under your left knee. Opens up your groin, stretches your legs. Our hips are so tight. So good to get these deep stretches in. One more breath. And then come into downward facing dog. Now come onto your forearms. Kind of extend your body so it's straight. You're on your toes. You're looking forward. Your abs are engaged. Close your eyes here and be non-reactive. It's not a yoga pose until you want to come out of it. This is where you're going to get that strength to do arm balances and inversions. If you have to, come onto your knees, but then come right back up. We're almost finished. 5 more breaths. And slowly lower. Lay your head onto your mat. You can go to the right or the left, doesn't matter. Just take a second and breathe. Bring your arms back behind you, palms facing up. Inhale, lift your chest up. So your heart is open and up, shoulder blades are drawn down your back. And then lift your thighs up. So your legs, your thighs, your arms, your chest, your head are all off the mat. This is called locust. It's a really great back stretch. Your back muscles are actually a big part of your core. A lot of people don't think of it like that because it's on your back, but all the muscles are connected. So this is really going to strengthen your core, allow you to be strong and hold up those headstands, handstands, whatever you practice. Couple more breaths, go a little higher. Squeeze your thighs. Exhale, release. Reach back and grab your ankles. Take a moment to settle in and focus. And then inhale, reach up. Kick your legs into your hands. Go really high. This is called bow pose. Also a great back strengthener. Might rock a little, that's okay. Go as high as you can. And then exhale, release. Turn your head to the other side. Come up onto your hands and knees. And then kind of scoot your feet out pretty wide. And then sit between your feet. You can start to lean back. Go as far as you're able to. Might be onto your elbows. You can get that far. Or you might be laying all the way down onto your mat. If you're all the way onto your mat, no problem. Lift your arms up. Stretch. And just breathe into what you're feeling. This is a really great thigh stretch. It's great for your knees. Can be a really great restorative pose. But just make sure to be where you are today. Go as far as you're able to and no deeper, but no less either. The goal of yoga is to find sensation and stick with it. Trains our minds to be non-reactive when we're off the mat. We're in those really struggling situations where you want to react, where you want to be angry. You come to your breath, and you take a moment, and you don't react. Couple more breaths here. And slowly ease your way out of this. Take your feet out in front of you. bring your spine really straight. Inhale your arms up. Exhale, fold forward. You can grab your thighs. You can grab your shins, your feet, your toes. Just gonna take a really nice, yummy forward fold. So if you want, you can take a half lift, suck in that tummy, and then fold deeper. This stretches your thighs, your entire back body. Breathe really deep. Go as deep as you can. So on the inhale, lengthen, and on the exhale, fold deeper. It's really great to practice these deep yin stretches after you've completed your sun A's and your sun B's and whatever else you do, because it gets you really warmed up so you can go really deep and stretch those ligaments that you don't normally stretch. Take 2 more big breaths here. Go as deep as you possibly can. And release. Come all the way onto your back. Bend your knees. We're going to go into shoulder stand now. So if you have a headstand practice, you can always do that. Or you can lift your feet up. Bring your hands onto your hips for support. Try to walk your shoulder blades in together. Just bring your feet really tall. It's always great to invert yourself. You can always just place your legs up a wall. That works too. This is a really great pose for insomnia. It's always great to just get your feet above your heart. Let all that blood, that lymph, all that good stuff that pools in your feet to go back up into the top of your body, to get cleansed, to purify, to improve your health. Close your eyes here, soften your face. This is one of my favorite poses. Take 2 more breaths. Then slowly begin to drop your feet behind your head. If they don't touch the floor, it's perfectly okay. Just go as far as you're able to. This is called plow pose. Just breathe really deep. And then bend your knees, try to get them to touch your ears and squeeze your ears just a little bit. This is called your pressure pose. Pose looks pretty weird, but it's really good for you. And then come back slowly into shoulder stand. And then roll your vertebrae down, one vertebrae at a time until you're laying all the way onto the mat. Bring your knees into your chest. Drop them to the right. Extend your arms out to a T. Look left. Just a really simple twist. Bring knees back to center. Drop them to the left. Look to the right. Knees back to center. Give yourself a huge hug. Take a moment just to appreciate your body and all of its beauty and all of its capabilities.
Bring the soles of your feet together, drop them to the mat, let your knees fall out really wide. You can bring your arms out wide, you can bring your arms up above you for a stretch. This is just butterfly pose. Opens your groin, stretches your thighs. Super great restorative pose. And when you're ready, extend your legs out. Let your feet flop open so they're pointing out to the sides a little bit. Arms by your hips or hands by your hips, palms open. Close your eyes and feel really heavy. Just let your bones melt into the mat. This is Shavasana, final surrender, corpse posture. Just breathe naturally and let your practice settle in. Begin to bring some movement into your toes and into your fingers. You can wiggle them a little bit. Then when you're ready, roll onto your right side and curl up into a little ball. You can rest your head on your arm. Just take a moment, scan your body, see how you feel. When you're ready, push up to a seated position. Legs crossed, hands at heart center. Close your eyes. Breathe in. Feel at peace. Take a moment of gratitude for this practice, for your body, for this beautiful life, for this beautiful world we live in. The light in me honors the light in you. That light of love, joy, peace, and happiness. Namaste. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a beautiful day. Goodbye.